back to another episode of Lost in the Farmer's Market Garden Shorts, where today we're looking at this fabulous specimen, which some of you may recognize. I sold a bunch of these at the farmer's market, and finally, the specimen in the test gardens is worthy of talking about. I was waiting for it to bloom, because look at those little flowers. Aren't they something? And that tells you what species it is and what family it's in. Its scientific name is Althea officinalis. Its common name is Marshmallow. Yeah, that one. It is in the Malvaceae family, which is basically the hibiscus family. All of them have flowers like this, which is a evolutionary trait that is designed to make it harder for insects to destroy their reproductive organs, which is really fascinating. There is a book called Backyard Botany that covers this in detail, and y'all ought to read it. I think it's through Timber Press. But anyway, the name Althea comes from Greek, althos, meaning healing, which is interesting because marshmallow is a medicinal herb. It is native to Asia, Europe, and North Africa specifically, but has become naturalized in the New World, in North America. So it's not a native, but, you know, it impersonates one really nicely. Now, it is hardy in USDA zones 3 through 7. However, in 8 through 10, it is considered an annual, and that is probably because of our heat. However, this specimen is going to be cared for and will probably perennialized to a certain extent because I'm kind of cheating. Anyway, its preferred soil pH is 6.1 through 7.8. Its exposure is full sun, which, as you can see, it is certainly getting. Its height can be 4 to 5 feet, and its width can be up to 2 feet, which is pretty good. Now, what's nice about this plant is that every part of it is completely useful. You can use all of this. Let me start by saying that, you know, obviously its AKAs would be marshmallow, 2 words, or marshmallow. Obviously, we saw that one coming. It doesn't have any other AKAs that I know of that aren't just some reiteration of that. However, speaking of its usage, the leaves can be used as a pot herb to thicken soup. And, I mean, look at these large leaves. They're hairy, so I wouldn't really advise putting them in a forage salad, but they're hairy and big, and too many of them can make it a little mucilaginous and gross. But then again, from dealing with okra, we know what to do down here in the South. The root is used to make the authentic marshmallow confection, which means I would have to kill the plant to get it, so I'm just not going to do that. There is a note that in some references, the compounds in the root can help lower blood sugar, thus helping diabetes. Again, I haven't seen any actual research on it, but then again, you know, with all the information about marshmallow that competes, I have to go with the most credible sources, and that's all I got. Now, the water left over after cooking any part of the plant can be used as an egg white substitute. So that's a note for all you vegans and vegetarians out there. This plant is that useful. Consider it. A tea can be made from the flowers and the roots. So the flowers, as you can see these lovelies here, would be harvested at the state this little one up front is in, or there. Oh, and also you can pickle the buds, and they're sort of like capers, so there's that also. The flowers, you'd pick them, you'd either use them fresh or you'd dry them, and I think it's about an ounce or 2 per cup of hot water or something like that. And you boil and steep as normal and then sweeten to taste. I'm sure you can buy marshmallow tea at the store, but it's so much better to grow it yourself. Am I right, folks? Yeah. Well, anyway, as far as plants go, marshmallow in the garden kind of, as you can see, has that look sort of like the scented foliage geraniums. It kind of looks old-timey. It looks like it belongs in a cottage garden. And the test gardens are kind of a cottage garden operation. I mean, it looks great here. It's easy to maintain. So far, it has not shown it has any special care. I did put pine straw in the pot, but that's mostly kitten guard because the kittens love to play in the pots, and I don't want to encourage them to use them as a toilet. Yeah, longleaf pine straw, they just don't like it. So there's that, natural cure. But anyway, if you have any thoughts or comments about the usage of marshmallow as a food, an herb, just as an ornamental, because I mean, these flowers are real, oh look at that one, really pretty. Please leave it in the comments section. If you like this video, please hit like. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And at the bottom of our channel description, our video description, there will be a link to the blog covering forage foods, and marshmallow may appear there also at some point, because, I mean, it's naturalized, why not? So, with that said, As always, folks, keep them growing, and see you in the next video.